Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Good evening. I'm a few minutes early and thought I was going to be a little late, but I'm a few minutes early. And I want to make sure that I'm giving the platforms a chance to let all the people know that I'm here. I'm live. I'm here. I'm live. I'm here. I'm live. We're here. We're on live. I want to make sure that all the platforms can tell all the people that we're here and we're live. We're going to talk about what's going on for the week. I'm going to share with you my top 3 trade ideas. Actually, I think I got 4. One of them is just because of some stuff that's happening out in the world. But we're going to share all that with you today. And we're going to see what we can see. What kind of things would be affected by the tariffs? If you are on with me and you're can answer your questions, what kind of stocks would be affected by the Trump tariff plan? That's what we're asking. What kind of stuff? What kind of stocks would be affected by that? Oh, I got some answers here. Automotive, consumer electronics, retail, and agriculture. Ooh, automotive, consumer electronics, retail, and agriculture. Those are the 4 that are likely to feel the pinch. Pinch. You know how people pinch you, even though it's called pinch, even though folks say it like it's a pinch. And yeah, it's a pinch, not a pinch, a pinch. Just a pinch. Okay, we're passing on the word. Come on, you're passing the word. You're sharing to your friends. You're liking already, subscribing if you haven't already. You are, sharing. Share this out. Share this out. Share this out. Let the people know that Alyssa's here. We're going to talk about some stock stuff for the week. Well, come on, I'm trying to get this done so that way I can move on with the call. All right, I want y'all to know that we're here. We're live. We're here. We're live. We're here and we're live. Did y'all watch my live on Saturday? Saturday morning, I went for a walk and I took the people with me on the walk. We talked about the 3 things that every trader must have. And I don't know if I included that graphic inside of, I don't think I included that graphic inside of my slides. So I got to make sure that we have it up here so you all can see all the 3 things that every trader must have if they're going to be successful. Okay, Janae said, I agree, food, more so since people don't buy electronics and cars every day. Yeah, food, the vegetation that we get from other places is definitely going to matter. Okay, definitely going to matter. Am I here? Let me go to my channel. It should show up on my channel. Yep. There we go. I don't want you to play it. I just want you to show the thing. Okay, so let's move on. Good evening. Good evening. Hey, Ward. Hey, Janae. Hey, Adrian. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. It is Sunday, February the 2nd. New month popping up. Hopefully your January went well. That from a trading standpoint, you got 2025 off to a good start. Hopefully you got everything off to a good start. I'll have to say our membership start off has been good. First couple of weeks, we had to find our footing. We had to get it situated, but the last 2 weeks we've been popping and kicking high. Now, yes, we've had, a time or two where SPX got us once or twice. I think it was once, to be honest, but we've been doing well. as a unit and individually and collectively, we've been doing fine. If you're pondering still about joining on the membership, you better come on. You better come on. I woke up this morning and the Holy Spirit was talking about making sure that I recognize the proper worth of what I do and the information that is being shared. We're thinking about your own worth, my own worth, and the worth of the information that I share. So, sometimes that whole conversation of making sure that you understand your worth tends to come with an elevation in prices, because yesterday's prices ain't today's prices. So if you're trying to join us, you might want to get in here and get yourself locked into the price that you want to have. Definitely not threatened. Don't want to go with any like fear mongering, you better come on before I raise the prices. That, that's real, but that's not why I'm saying it. I'm saying it because I want everybody who's going to get what they're going to get. I want them to come on and get it at the best price. Right? I want you to come on and get it at the best price. All right, so let's look at what happened last week. Oh, I was talking about this. Let me go ahead and share this screen before I move on, so that way we can see what I was talking about. This video here in the middle, the every trader must have, 3 things every trader must have. It's this one here, right? You got me starting to walk and talk. Listen, I didn't feel like I was necessarily dropping gems, but after I listened to it again, because I was editing it, I was like, girl, you was dropping gems. I had to tell myself, like, I would listen to this and be like, this good stuff. This good stuff. No, I'm not breaking my arm, patting myself on the back. I'm just saying that the video was a good one. It was just inspired as I was walking. And if you haven't seen it, you should go and see it. The every trader must have. Now, a lot of people saw a very similar, or they saw the majority of the video when I did it on live, because I did it live yesterday and then I edited it down for it to go into. A lot of people saw it when I was doing it live. So either way, you can go into where it's under videos. You can see it. You can see every trader must haves, right? I also put up a couple other videos. I'm going to talk about those in a minute, but I also put up a couple of other videos as well. All right, let's go on to where we're going on to. Now, this coming week, we've got some stuff coming up that will be some earnings. Ooh, lots of earnings. And not too many red folders, but we're going to talk about all that stuff as we go, okay? Thank you, Janae. Royal Diadem was there. She was like, yep, we're doing it. Hey, Lisa. The VIX right now is 16.43. It's up about 59 cents. Now, we all know we working with, however, the Trump tariffs. Too bad it's being called that all by itself. Big tech earnings and jobs report this week ahead. Trump tariff plans are in focus for investors amid another busy week that will include the January jobs report. Okay. We've got tariffs coming from Mexico, Canada, and China are set to start on Tuesday. I bet people went off this weekend and started buying up all kind of stuff to avoid what could potentially happen with the tariffs. Did y'all do that? Anybody here go buy a bunch of stuff? Hey, Drew, anybody here go out this weekend and go buying a bunch of stuff? My husband was talking about a TV. I've been telling you we needed to buy a new TV. We don't need a new TV, by the way. Telling you we need to buy a new TV. This was a good time to go buy a new TV. I was like, all right, it's fine. We don't need another TV. We don't have watch the TVs we got. So no, we're good. I don't need another TV. Personally, not me. Right? 8 hours ago, looks like SPY was down 0.53%. So we're looking here, CNBC. It doesn't have to be this way. Canada, Mexico, China, and the EU respond to Trump tariffs. That's probably the biggest news. And we want to think about what are the things that are going to be affected by these tariffs. What could get more expensive under Trump's tariffs? So I was just saying that what could get more expensive would be automotive. Companies like General Motors, Ford, and Tesla could face increased production costs due to their reliance on imported components. Consumer electronics, firms such as Apple and Dell, which depend on Chinese manufacturers, might experience higher costs, potentially leading to increased prices for consumers. Retail, things like Walmart and Target sourcing a significant portion of their products from these nations could see cost increases, possibly affecting their pricing strategies. And agriculture, the agriculture sector might be impacted if these countries retaliate with their own tariffs affecting U.S. imports. Lord, we don't really import a lot of stuff to a lot of other places, but I mean, we do, but we don't. Mostly we get stuff from people for cheaper. So they just know Mexico. I'm kind of feeling like we probably should have left Mexico alone. Canada and China, I agree with that. China should probably be paying some tariffs because we just kind of let them send us their stuff, and for we buy so much from them, we let them send it all for nothing. And they're growing and growing in wealth, and we're not. So from that one, but I don't know about Mexico. I don't know about that one. Okay. This is not a political show, nor will I make it one, because I'm just not. I'm just not going to do that. I'm not doing that to myself, and I'm not doing that to y'all. If anybody is interested in going through all the political stuff, listen, you got all day to political yourself into oblivion. But please, hey, Tanya, please, hey, Spencer, I know. Let me focus on the business that I'm doing, which is making sure that we at least see what's happening. I'm not saying those things don't affect the market, because they do. I'm just not going to get into a big old political discussion. Okay. So, Monday, we got our stuff coming up. We got all day. We got OPEC, JMMC meetings, 9:45 final manufacturing PMI, 10 o'clock ISM manufacturing PMI. This is all on Monday. Red folder, ISM manufacturing prices, construction spending. All day we got total vehicle sales. 12:30 FOMC member Bostic will speak. Tentative loan officer survey. 6:30 Musalem will speak on Monday. On Tuesday we've got JOLTS job openings. That's at 10 o'clock in the morning. That's the only red folder. We've got some FOMC member people talking in the afternoon, or 11 and then the afternoon. That's Tuesday. Wednesday, we got ADP non-farm employment change, trade balance. FOMC member Barkin will speak at 9. 9:45 final services PMI, ISM services PMI. Didn't we just see that on Monday? Didn't we do finals? Oh, that was final manufacturing. This is final services PMI. At 8:15, though, that ADP non-farm employment changes before the market opens. So keep that in mind on Wednesday. Okay, Thursday morning, unemployment claims at 8:30. That's all coming in, 8:30 on Thursday morning. FOMC FOMC members will also speak. Friday morning at 8:30, we've got some red folders for average hourly earnings, non-farm employment change, unemployment rate. That's all happening. FOMC member Bowman will speak right as the market is opening. Could you have picked the timing? Really? University of Michigan consumer sentiment and inflation stuff happens at 10. Okay, that's Friday. So it looks like we have a red folder every day of the week. Yep, every day of the week we have a red folder. Every day we have a red folder. So you're going to want to manage all of that, because we got red folders. Yep, we got red folders. Let's look at the earnings, though. Ooh, we got some earnings for you. Yeah, we got some earnings. Monday morning, SAIA, Tyson, Alliance, Twist, IDEX, Lavoro, Johnson Outdoors, Kyocera, Murata, and NAPCO. Now, I don't know very many of those. I know SAIA. I think they do food or something like that. Monday after close, Palantir. Oh my! A lot of people watch and trade Palantir. We might have to look up them and see what their prices is looking like, because Palantir had been moving nicely, then it started pulling back, right? DOC is here. NXP is here. The Clorox company. I didn't know Clorox had their own. I thought they were under somebody else. Clorox is here. RBB, Bancorp, Bellring, Fabrinet, Rambus, and FLXS. Flex Steel looks like. Oh, that's hard to say. Flex Steel. You got to really work at it if you say it right. So Tuesday morning, we've got PayPal, Spotify, Pepsi, Pfizer. I think Pepsi showed up on our list. I think Pepsi showed up on our weekly list. I got to make sure that I think it was Coca-Cola. Anyway, Pfizer, Regeneron, Merck is there. RACE, looks like the Porsche people. That's what that symbol looks like. Estee Lauder, Enterprise Production Partners, EPD, and Apollo. That's Tuesday before market opens. Tuesday after market closes. Ding, ding, ding. The big boys are coming. AMD, Alphabet, which is Google. Remember I told you, Tanya, I felt like Google had earnings coming up this week. It's Tuesday. Snap is on Tuesday as well. Chipotle, Enphase, Amgen, Electronic Arts, Lumen, Juniper, and Prudential. Wednesday morning, we got Uber, Walt Disney, Novo Nordisk, Equinor, Toyota is Wednesday. Boston Scientific, Stanley, Black & Decker, CDW, Johnson Controls, and Aurora. I'm taking a sip because I feel like I got something right back here on the back of my throat that's threatening to make me cough. And I don't want that. Okay. Wednesday after market, we got Qualcomm, Ford, ARM, which I think is a semi, right? Symbotic, AMSC, Viking, O'Reilly Auto Parts, Impinj, MetLife, and Align. That's all Wednesday after market. Thursday morning, we've got Lilly. Yes, you could get out Tuesday before the close or lotto it. This is true, Tanya. This is true. Lilly, Roblox, Peloton, ConocoPhillips, which is energy, Hershey, Tapestry, Philip Morris International, Blue Owl, Bristol Myers, and BCE. That's all Thursday before market opens. After market closes, we got Amazon, Elf, Cloudflare, Affirm, Fortinet, Pinterest, Microchip, Powell, Victory Capital, and Take-Two. And Friday morning, we've got Canopy Growth, which is cannabis, right? CGC, Plains, Flowers Foods, Newell, Aventor, Berna, CBOE, Graphtech, Fortive, and Kimco. Of course, this is not everybody, but these are the anticipated ones. We want to thank Earnings Whispers for always providing this nice graphic for us to use. We appreciate it. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Okay, that's what's coming up in earnings. So now keep in mind that things are going to have sympathies. As sellers, we have to be mindful of what is doing earnings and what is going to be sympathy plays. We need to be careful of that. All right, make sure that we're watching to see what could move along with something else. Right, we want to make sure that we're doing that. All right, look in there. I put up a couple of videos over the last several days. One of them is Get Wealthy using covered calls. I say credit spread so much that it almost like pops out with everything. Get Wealthy using covered calls, basically using your shares that you own. You can use those to generate resources week after week, day after day, multiple times a week. Sometimes I'll rinse and repeat all in the same week with mine, but you can use those for your covered calls and make money while you're holding shares. And you can also partner that up with selling puts. Selling puts, cash secure puts is a great way to acquire shares at a cheaper price. You can find all of these at my YouTube channel, youtube.com/@educator-to-trader. If you haven't yet, go ahead and like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, put the thumbs up. Make sure you tell the world that we're over here. Our listeners over here. She's talking some good stuff. Y'all ought to go watch. Yes, that's what we want to do. We want to do that. Janae said, I also noticed FOMC member Goolsbee spoke last week and it was later added to the calendar. We just need to be mindful of what's happening despite talking about it. You are the whole truth. You are the whole truth. We got to be, I think you want to be aware of what's happening in politics. What I do find is sometimes people who get deep into politics, they get like all. Let me add myself. I'm just talking and not on the stage, hitting the wrong thing. I'm all about being all in on what you all in on. It's just you want to make sure that it's not so all in that it all consumes everything else that's going on, right? So I'm just trying to make sure that I don't get too deep in there, but I think we need to be aware of what's happening around us. I'm not saying bury your head in the sand. Believe me, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of time talking about it on my show. Politically neutral. We're discussing the market. I think we have to be aware. I'm all for that, for sure. Believe me, believe me. Okay, let's see where we're at next. Okay, let's go look at what the charts did last week. Let's go look at what happened in the market last week. Okay, this is SPX. SPX last week. This is a weekly chart. So everything here, every candle is 1 week's worth of data. Last week, we had an open of 59.69 and a close of 6,040. But looks like the high of last week was 6,120 and the low was 5,962. There was a range of 60 points last week. This range was 60 points. This will be a 2 down candle, even though it gapped down and came back up. It's still a 2 down candle. Okay, for those of us who watch the strat, it's a 2 down. All right, we've got us up a resistance up here at the top. That gap is filled, so we can take that off at this point. Yep, we can take that off. We've got some resistance up here if we were looking for some support. Put our support. This is the weekly chart. Remember, weekly support is going to be stronger than daily. Daily, of course, is stronger than the 4 hours, so on and so forth. The higher the time frame, the stronger the zones. All right. 57.81 is support. We also have 58.63 as support. And if I was looking here, I probably would also say yeah, I will put this as support as well. 59.19 as support and 6,032. All righty, there's all of those. Let's see SPX. Let's see what IWM did. I have so many lines. Let me yeah, I put lines on here because we was trading IWM last week and IWM was acting. It was acting up last week. I had 226. I had 220, 226 as my put credit spread. And it kept wanting to hover around that 226. So I finally closed it. Then profit. I rinsed and repeated IWM a bunch of times last week. But this is what last week it turned out being a doji. Yeah, this was the weekly candle for IWM last week. Let's go to the daily so we can see what did the dailies look like. It just kind of hovered in the zone. Y'all know IWM will stay in a zone and then it will decide out of nowhere it's ready to go. But all of this is some consolidation. I don't think my 50 period moving average is this blue one is it that it may show it as neutral, even though it showed up on, yep, that is it. It showed up on our Peakbot watch list as bullish, probably because it was down here and now we're up here. But the 50 period moving average is barely bullish. Barely bullish. It might still be, IWM might still be an iron condor candidate. Y'all know I always like to find somebody who can iron condor so that way we can get us some premiums on both sides with one set of monies. We like doing that, right? We like doing that. This is IWM. Really got a zone between 225.79 and 229.70. It's kind of hovering in the zone. All right. Let's go see what Triple Q offered. What did Triple Q offer? Triple Q had a gap down. It closed that gap fully on Friday. It closed some of it on Thursday, hit the rest of it on Friday. But look at this gap play. My Lord. It dropped down, gapped down on Monday and climbed up all week out of the gap. Ooh, these are the kinds of trades you need. Of course, you see everything. I can see clearly now the week is over. When the week is over, you can see all the stuff. Like I see all these trades you could have taken, but it's too late. It's not too late to apologize. It's just too late. There is a gap down here, though, that we need to identify. The close of a candle to the open of the next and pull off of the price action that has already happened. Yep, this is a gap from 504 or 505 and some change looks like all the way up to 510. 505 to 510. Who is that going by with them? Like they, musicking up the neighborhood. I was looking to make sure it wasn't my son because he'll do that. Okay, that's a gap down here. This gap at the top that was from 524 all the way up to 529 is filled. It got filled. The end of the gap, because this was the whole gap. The rest of it got filled on Friday. That's triple Q on the daily. I'm going to swing back to SPX because I left it on the weekly chart, but I wanted to, it did the same thing, gap down on Monday and filled the gap. Now on Friday, it ran up here and then dropped all day. So if you were riding the gap filled up, you would need to have gotten out up here at the top. Can't be waiting around hoping for the best. You'll be don't missed out on something. But I see a gap down here that needs to be filled. Remember, gaps are from the close of one candle to the open of the next, and we can take off any subsequent price actions. Okay, so there's a gap on triple Q from, oh, sorry, that's SPX, 58.42 all the way up to 59.03. There's a gap there that will need a filling. I'm on the daily chart, so now I can put some more lines on. Some of these lines, I put some of these lines on when we're in the midst of, in the afternoon, when we're on our call where we're trading SPX together. I put some of these lines on there then. And if you want to trade SPX, you need to come on. You need to consider coming on over into the membership where we trade SPX together as a unit. We trade it together as a unit. Usually on Monday and Wednesday. Friday, it depends. Generally, if I'm out and about, I don't get to, but I'm still trading it and talking in the chat. So, but definitely Monday and Wednesday, we have some time on a call together so that we're all in there trading it together, right? And we do that as a community. Our weekly credit spreads, we do that as a community. We do our SPX, the dailies together as a community. It's just good to have a group of people that you can trade with, that can lend credibility and credence to what you're working on. Sometimes you just need to bounce your ideas off somebody and be like, well, what you think? And they look at you and say, what you think? And somebody else says, this is what I'm going to do. Then another person goes, I'm going to do what you do. That's the way it goes. That's the way trading happens, right? And we already know that. We already know that that's the way it goes, right? Okay, let's look at our trades list for the week. Our trades list for this week. Well, did I share with y'all how we did last week? I don't think I shared how we did last week. Let me go and pull that up real quick so y'all can see how we did last week. Yes, we had a good week. Let me see. There we go. I thought I put that in here. I think I forgot to add it to my slides. There we go. This was what we did. This is how we did last week. We had our trades with January 31 expiration. We had 9 out of 12 profitable trades last week. Right? All of the put credit spreads were profitable, no problems, right? Coca-Cola, this is where I saw Pepsi. I knew I had seen Pepsi somewhere. Coca-Cola was partially breached. It closed at like 63.40. So it closed right between these two strikes or closer to the bottom. So if you were trading it, you would have been fine. I mean, you would have lost. Maybe you probably would have did a break even with a little bit of a loss. I don't necessarily trade Coca-Cola that often because the premiums are not as nice as they should be. I'd like to have nice premiums. I was going to sing, I'd like to teach. I'd like to have some better premiums. Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, Pepsi was profitable last week if you traded Pepsi. Oxy was part of the energy, which we talked about not trading Oxy. On last week's call, I talked about not necessarily trading it because all of the energy had earnings on Friday. So I was like, there's no reason to get in front of your trade unless you're going to get in and out. Don't get in there for Friday. But the put credit spread got breached. So basically it went one way, which that's what happens during earnings. Oracle got caught up in the whole tech thing last week. And of course, call credit spread, one side was fine, but the put credit spread side was not. We did not trade either of these, even though I had Oracle on my list last week. We talked about it as one that I liked as one of my favorites. We ended up not trading it as a result of all the stuff that was going on with the tech. Now, I meant to come back to it like Thursday, but I forgot about that one. We were doing Netflix and we had Schwab from last week. So we traded Schwab last week. We had Netflix. So what else did we have last week? We had Schwab and Netflix. I know. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Whoop, 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 whoop. We had several things though. That Netflix trade was a good one. We had IWM last week. IWM was our Iron Condor for last week. We had that. Oh, there it is. I think. No, that's not it. I need to find a. There we go. A long one. We had AVGO. Well, I had AVGO. I don't think I called that out. We had Costco based on Mr. Mack in our community. He brought Costco to our attention during our call. So we traded that last week. We traded IWM, like I said, Netflix, Schwab, Costco, and we traded SPX. That's what we did last week. All right. Our cash secure puts, I rinsed and repeated. I have Big Bear AI, I have Rigetti, I have SoundHound, I have SoFi, and I have QUBT, I think. So I did call cash secure puts and not cash secure puts. I did covered calls because I own the share. So I did covered calls last week. It turned out really good last week. We had it went out really good. Went over really good last week. And total I made last week trading the things that we talked about, $935 between SPX and our credit spreads. I didn't even count my covered call stuff. But could you use an extra $1,000 a week? Could you use an extra $900 a week? And listen, if you can, you need to say yes in these comments. Yes, I can. Yes, you can. And if you can, if you're not making that already by yourself, you need to come on into the membership. Like I'm always talking about that, and I know it, but I'm talking about it because when you're in a group and you're in a place where people can help, you can get the help and you can get profitable. I've said this so many times. I am committed. I'm committed to making sure that the folks who are with us are going to get what they need. I want the people who are with me. And I mean this, from y'all have been with me long enough to know I'm trying to be sincere. I'm trying to make sure that people who are with me are profitable and they're able to do repeatable strategies and rinse and repeat every week. We're training and learning in here. This is not just about Arlissa. I promise you it's not. I really want everybody who's with us to be able to go in here and say our new line. This skill will pay my bills. I want this skill to pay our bills. And that means we got to skill up. That means we've got to get our confidence. We've got to get our knowledge up. And I'm here to help us all, including me, to get our skills up. We're trying to be master traders, and I want to help everybody who's willing. Now, it's going to cost you $97 a month, but you can take in one SPX trade, and you're going to make your $97. Then you got the whole rest of the month to just make money. All right, y'all. Y'all hear me? Y'all feel me? Hey, Mr. Marion. Yes. Come on. Hey, Royal Diadem. I didn't know you joined us. That's where we are. That's where we are with that. Let me see where we are on next on our slides. Let me keep it going. Oh, I wanted to share. I told y'all about about what we did with the credit spreads last week. Okay, made really $268 in profits from our credit spreads. Could you use an extra $260 a week? Can you use an extra $260 a week? Even if you ain't with the $935 just yet, can you use $260? Many people can. $260 buy gas in your car. It'll put grocery in the refrigerator. Yes, a little bit. All right. This is our SPX though. This was my 5 SPX trades for the week. This is my SPX for last week, 0 DTEs. I made $572 from Iron Condors and $95 from the call I took. One of those power hours, it might have been Monday or Tuesday. I did a straight call when I saw it reverse. I used my good strat training and made me a few dollars at the end of the day, right? It was either Monday or Tuesday, I don't remember. But I made an extra $667 last week from SPX. Yes, I've been trading SPX for a while, but I've lost a lot of money on SPX too. I talked about that on my live on Saturday. But when we're all together, following a strategy that we're all going to keep each other consistent and accountable, it don't always work out. We took a loss last week. We took a loss last week, but we superseding that. Yes, Julie said, yes, please. We can do it. So this is what's happening in the membership. Credit spreads and SPX together. I'm trading. What I call out, I'm trading. Just so you know. This has been an exercise in discipline for me as well. Janae could make comments. I know she'll probably have a few where she'll say, Coach, you got all kind of stuff going. Well, Coach ain't got a bunch of stuff going no more, because Coach is trying to discipline herself yourself as well too, to say, if I'm calling out a trade, that's what I'm taking, and I'm watching and managing the trades for me and for you all. That's what we're doing together. We're doing it all together. All right. SPX playbook is the strategy that we use for that SPX, those SPX trades every day. We use this strategy every single day, right? SPXplaybook.com. You can get the strategy for $27 over there at SPXplaybook.com. That's the strategy that we're using. All righty. Now, even though it's in the book, you can rent and run it by yourself. You know, you can do a DIY, but many times you need somebody just to be able to make sure that everything's going right. And again, where does that happen? In the membership. It happens in the membership. The Lord told me at the beginning of this year to focus on the people that are in the membership. And that's what I'm trying to do. I really am. I've been doing it for a month, being really focused on my peoples. And it's been good. It's been good for me. It's been good for me. And I know it's been good for them. Our Candlestick Mastery Calendar. This is how we know when to pick, what we pick, and what to pick here, there, and everywhere. This is how we know we follow the candlesticks. There's a calendar. There's a resource. You can grab you a copy at bit.ly/MELINSP. The graphic is on the link is on the graphic. It's a calendar, but it's really a resource. What's the thing for this coming month? Let me slide back here. My calendar is back here. Can y'all? I'm not sure if y'all can see me back here because I scooted away from the main camera. Let me put it back on here. Put it back on me. There we go. There we go. That was February. I mean, that was January. Now we're going to February. What's our candle pattern for February? Hey, now these pages are nice quality card stock. February, we've got bullish engulfing is February. Bullish engulfing candle is February. Y'all know what else is in February? Do y'all know what happens in February? Anybody remember? Who remembers what else happens in February? You're welcome, Janae. Anyway, bullish engulfing. And we talk about what does this candle do? Like, what is it? And how do you spot it? How do you trade it? And the extra tip and the motivational tip at the bottom. All right. This is where my candle is. My calendar sits back here. I had to take my little green leaf picture down because I need to be able to see my calendar. Yes, Janae. Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is, but my birthday is also at the end of the month. February 28th is my birthday. Yep. That's the truth. Yeah, Valentine's Day is also in February, Ward. I wasn't talking about that, but that is in February. Yes, it is. Okay. All right, there we are. I think we're going to go back to the charts now. I think that's what I wanted to go back to next. We've talked about the membership. Let's go back to the charts. I want to share with y'all my favorite three. My favorite three. Let me go back to my slide that we had for our trades for the week. My favorite three trades for this week are JP Morgan. JP Morgan is here. That's one of my favorites for the week. We're going to look at it real quick on this here chart. Walmart and Visa. Like all three of these. When I went looking, I like all three of these. I actually liked AbbVie, but I gotta take a look to see what's going on with it for the first part of the week. And I also like Exxon. I like Exxon. My reason for pulling up on Exxon, though, is we got with the tariffs and the energy and all that's going on. Oh, you know what I wanted to do? I wanted to comment on the airplane crashes. Take a moment of silence for those who are losing their lives in these airplane crashes. 3 crashes in 3 days. Or 4 days. This is unreal. Unreal. Like, unreal. So Lord help the people and the families that are being affected by these tragedies, right? Tragedies are commonplace. Yes. Okay, I'm not going there. Let's go look at JP Morgan, Visa. Let me see what numbers do I have. JP Morgan, I got 260, and on Visa I got 335. And Walmart, I've got 96. Exxon, I got 110. All right. We're gonna look at IWM too, because that IWM is looking like it just might be what it need to be. What we might need it to see what we're gonna do. All right. Oh, 2 days after your dad's birthday. Wow. All righty. So we looked at let's go. Was that IWM? Remember, let's go ahead to JP Morgan. Let's go to JP Morgan. JP Morgan is showing up on the list as bullish. No shock there, right? Anybody see a shock that this is bullish? I don't see a shock that it's bullish. Okay, let's see. We got some support here. Let me see if I'll change it to the line chart, see if anything jumps out that's even stronger. Are we on the daily chart? Yes, we are. Okay, we're up in here. We've got some support up in here. And then there's one in this general vicinity. There's a couple right in here. The rest of this just looked like momentum. Momentum all the way down to 242. That's about $20 away. All right, let's go back to the candlesticks. Got a little bit of stuttering happening up here at the top. Right, we'll put a resistance up there, but I've got it as a put credit spread, or because it's bullish, and I've got 260 as the strike on our graphic. I've got 260. So JP Morgan. Oh, I need to put that. Put credit spread 257.5, 260. Now remember, none of this stuff I talk about is investment advice. I'm just sharing with you what I like. Just sharing. I'm not an investment advisor. Okay. Anything you do is going to be on you. Right. There's some gaps down here that do need to be identified. It's a small one, but it's still here. It's a small one after all. Look at that big old wick. This hammer right here. What the hammer say? We going up. That's what the hammer says. See if I miss anything up here. I think we're good. The daily chart, the daily time frame continuity is showing downwards, and that's because these last couple of days have been red. But 2, 1, 2. This is actually a 2 up candle, even though it's red. It is a up. The wick went up. There was buyers up there. It's the sellers kind of pushed it back down. It's to be watched a little bit. It might be in a zone because it's been going up a minute, but JP Morgan provided some really decent little premiums at the 257, 260. Now you can always widen the spread. Yes, we are. Yes, we are meeting at 6. You can always widen the spread for sure. Okay. Hey, Pastor Will. Yeah, we can always widen the spread and take in more premiums. What matters is that sell leg right there. Okay, that's JP Morgan. The other one that I like for the week is Walmart. Another one that is clearly bullish. Clearly bullish. Okay, I got 97 as support, but our put credit spread I see here as put credit spread 95, 96. That's a PCS. There we go. 95, 96. Again, you can widen the spread and pull more premiums off of it. It did have a return back here, or a pullback from off of this high here, the 99. So you want to keep an eye on it. I don't suggest that anybody rush in on Monday morning and put in these trades. Give it some time. Give yourself some time. Let the market do a little bit. Let Monday pop off, especially with all this tariff stuff we got going. Okay, let's see what happens on Monday morning. Let's see how the market absorbs this new data, and we trade from that point forward. I do like, that's one of the reasons, this is one of the reasons why I like doing SPX in the afternoon or the later afternoon. That means we've given it time all day to do what it's going to do. We give it all day to do its thing. And then we come in and try to capitalize off of it a little bit, right? That's what we do. That's what we do. Let me see. Okay. This was Visa. And for Visa, I've got 335 as my sell leg. Put credit spread 332.5, 335. And I probably would widen that spread as well to pull in more premiums. Those are my favorite three. I also like Exxon. Exxon is for on the call credit spread list. It's bearish, as you can tell. Look at this big old candle from Friday. There was earnings. Exxon had earnings on Friday, and yeah, it gapped up and then fell all the way down. Right, fell all the way down. So it's showing on the bearish list, as we say, but it's also it fell almost right down into a support area or a buy zone, however, whatever terminology that you use for it. So it might be good to see how it responds. But what I have is 110. I have 110 as a call credit spread. But again, this is one that you're going to want to watch if you decide you want to trade it. 110, 111. Oh, those are supposed to be ones, not twos. 110, 111 on a call credit spread. Okay. Also for this Friday, you're going to want to watch what you see, trade what you see. There is some resistance that's going to be right in the 108 area. That's going to potentially slow things down if it decides it's ready to climb back up. Right. But generally when earnings sentiments are kind of lasting, because when an earnings call comes and the people who own a stock change their mind about it, that's who moves prices. It's not our options contracts. It's not what moves prices. It is who owns the stock that moves the prices, not who has options contracts. Okay. Just so you know, if all of us can be in their own options, that is not what drops the price. All righty. That's Exxon. I do see that. Let me see if I look real quick at an iron condor on IWM, and then we're going to start to land the plane. Okay, I do see us in some in a consolidation area beyond 229, right? But actually 230. Call credit spread beyond 230. You want to get past all this stuff. And then you're going to want to have if you wanted to do an iron condor, where'd that go? Put credit spread below, what's that, 225? Okay, I don't know where that call credit spread one went that quick, but let's put it back up here. Beyond 230. Okay. That's what I see for IWM. We have to wait till the market opens and see what kind of movement happens before we place any trades on Monday. We wait and see. When I see what we see, I go ahead and call it within our membership, and then we go from there. Tanya said, I like Exxon. Yep. Bitcoin is down 96,000. It was I saw it come down like 98, 96. Some people are saying this is another dip buying opportunity on the crypto. This is a chance to buy some more dips. I say go for it. The membership we see here, Bitly, you can go to my website and get it, or you can use this shortened link, the Bitly link. You can use that. You can go to Educator to Trader. You can find everything at educatortotrader.com. Okay, the option seller bundle, everything I teach all at one time in one place. Get the whole kit and caboodle. You can get the option seller bundle. I believe it's $5.97 for everything, which is a massive deal. It is massive. That I was looking at adding up all the prices of the stuff that's in there, and yeah, $5.97 is a steal of a deal, as they say. It's the steal of a deal. All righty. Okay, everybody. I shared with you my 3 ideas. What I want you to be mindful of early this week is that whole thing with the tariffs. We already know, I know everybody's talking about it, but just know that's going to cause some movements. I also don't want you to get FOMO and be jumping in. I almost said jumping in the stuff. Don't be jumping into shiggity without checking that chart. Right? We don't just jump in stuff because other people jumping around us. We're past FOMO, right? We're past that. So Let's trade what we see and use our good technical analysis. We'll be together. Actually, my community, we're going to get together in about 10 minutes and go over the rest of our list. We'll go deeper into what we have and what we see for this week. You've got tariffs, you've got earnings, you've got a few FOMCs, you've got red folders every day this week. So you just want to be mindful about what you trade and how you utilize your collateral. But just know you can use this skill to pay your bills. You can use this skill to pay your bills. You just got to make sure that you are, learning and you're getting your knowledge and your education, and then you're managing all of your emotions. That's probably the biggest piece. Once you manage you, that's the final frontier. Managing yourself is the final frontier. Okay. All righty, everybody. It's been wonderful. I'll be on in the morning at 9 o'clock. You can look for me at 9 o'clock. And I want you to definitely stay green and get this money. All right, everybody. Go watch those videos on my YouTube channel. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.